Right, okay, so let's not dilly-dally, shall we? Should we not delay and pussyfoot around any longer? Welcome to World of Warships Legends with the Hive Hand, and today it is officially Patch Notes Day. So you know that what it means? Whether we're going to get disappointed or whether we're going to be really happy, only a short time will tell. Obviously, we do these live, so if you're watching this after the fact, if I'm saying hello to random people, that's because they're in the live chat, such as Mr. Retro. How do? Hope you're having a pleasant morning. Right, okay, so let's just get into this. The most wonderful tide of the year. They could have gone with some other puns, couldn't they? You know, seasonal greetings was my first pick, but yeah, no, the most wonderful tide of the year is what we are going with. So this patch will be updating on Monday between 2 AM and 6 AM Central, or 7 AM and 11 AM UTC. Say or and, it's the same time. Morning, Bad, welcome. It is going to be in the region of, well, up to 3.5 gigabytes if you're on Xbox One. And obviously you can see there's the list. There's the list of the file sizes. I can't be bothered to read them all out. So there you go. Right, okay. So for the TLDR, the quick and short version, holiday season's content. Yoshino is coming. Winter skins, 3 types of Santa crates. Obviously we knew Santa crates were coming. In-game adventure calendar. So the advent calendar they've done in previous years hasn't been within the game, it's been on their website, so it's required you to log into another system, so on and so forth. So the fact that they're putting it in the game this year, I think that's a big improvement. Double impact campaign with the battleships Marlborough and Marco Polo to choose between. 3 seasons of Arena and more activities and features to celebrate the holiday season with. Right, okay, so let's get into these a little bit more then, shall we? To obtain holiday gifts, 1 big winter crate and 10 holiday camos, you can redeem the code KKFM2MXWGD at worldofwarships.com or WOWSlegends.com, sorry, /code redeemer. So there's the not so hidden code right there for everyone to see. Right, okay, so holiday seasons. Captains were covering holiday activities in a separate article in the near future, but if you want to catch a glimpse of what's to come, then read on. Well, read on we shall. Bringing the joy and festive spirit, free holiday gift bundles will be awaiting you between the 19th of December and up until the 2nd of January. Don't forget to pick it up. To find this content, stay tuned for upcoming holiday content overview. Okay, so they're not actually telling us everything that we're getting. Alright, okay, fair enough. They can keep some things aside. We will be gaining access to the Fjords New Year port for this update. It's an option. You don't need to put it on. It's there. It's there if you want it. So it'll be in the port selection feature that was recently introduced. The adventure calendar that they're calling it this year, as you can see on screen, will actually be in game. Similar to the hunt for Agincourt, for the first 3 weeks of the update, you'll be able to complete a bunch of tasks, get daily and weekly rewards for doing so, and the final prize is the Santa Commander Guise, available for all nations. Non-collaborative commanders. Expect a detailed breakdown of the adventure calendar, sorry, early next week in a standalone blog post. Okay, cool, fair enough. Right, on to the ships of winter. As you can see here, we have the Mass W, so the Mass Winter version. A new legendary Japanese cruiser, Yoshino, is the ultimate holiday destination should you choose to embark on the long and strenuous voyage, with a special skin available for her too. To obtain her, you will need to get 35,000 winter shards. It is mathematically possible to get her for free, but it will require a very, very significant investment, and you meet in a lot of prerequisites. So, as a legendary ship, you're going to be able to obtain it completely for free, not through the bureau, but you are going to have to either pay or grind. It's kind of what we've come to expect. It's pretty much how the game's always worked. You can pay or you can grind. It's entirely up to you. That said, Yoshino is just one of the many curiosities this holiday season. There are many more rewards available for winter shards, such as the Italian premium tier 4 cruiser Genovia, our former Halloween prize, and a Super 5 crate. To get winter shards, score Windrose, see in the next paragraph, sail through the Advent calendar, complete the special Marco Polo and Marlboro weekly missions, participate in arena battles, and purchase bundles that include them. So, starting off, Windrose and 35 times GXP conversion. Instead of being 25 GXP for one doubloon, I'm guessing that's 35 GXP for one doubloon. The holidays are times for presents. Get yours from the first win during the update, playing ships in the categories listed below. You can look forward to receiving camos and winter shards, the latter of which you can exchange for in-game items as described above. So any tech tree ship between hang on, right, let's read this, because all we care about is the shards. Right, okay, so premium tier 6 ships will get you shards, 75 each. Tier 7 tech trees will give you 100 each. Premium tier 7s, 125. Tier 8s will give you 125. Premium tier 8s will give you 150 shards for your first win, and legendary tier ships will be 150 for their first win as well. And yeah, you'll get 25 instead of 35. You'll get 35 instead of 25 EXP from for conversions as well. It's okay. My wife's just bringing me in a cup of tea. Oh, fortunate. Huh? No, it's not. She's freaked out. She doesn't want to be on camera again. Bless her. Cotton socks. White holiday commander guises are coming. We're gonna have Santa, which we've already explained, and also Scrooge is coming. They're guises. They're not commanders. They're not gonna have any unique traits or anything. These are purely visual changes and voice changes to your commander. So the guises, you can attach them to non-collabs. Oh, honestly, I don't care. I'm not gonna spend much time looking over those. New winter big crates and bonus secret Santa crates are going to be available in store. More gambling. This is to be expected, of course. But just to let you know, the following you can get the following premium ships. Ships you own are excluded from possible drops. So you can potentially get the California, the Leone, the Asashio, British Cruiser Tiger 59, best ship in the game, Battleship Scharnhorst, or the Mains. This is the new Mains, meaning the Mains that's currently owned will be getting the CE designation. A bit more on that later. So it says, what's more, for 14 days between 12th of December through to the 26th, your free daily crate in store will consist of 1 times common container and 1 secret Santa container. So don't forget to grab yours. The exact drop rates are here. Should we have a quick cheeky look at those drop rates? Secret Santa. So you've got a 0.8% chance of getting a tier premium 4. The tier premium 5s is 0.0198%. Premium tier 6 ships 0.002%. So it's highly unlikely that you're going to get any tier 6 premiums out of these. But these are the free crates, of course. The Super Santa crates, you're looking like a 5% chance for a tier 5, 3.5 for tier 6, 1.5 chance of getting a tier 7, and quite literally, I think every ship is in there. Musashi and Republic are in there. Super prizes, including 160 promotion orders, 10 insignias, 30 commendations, 360 days of premium, a super prize premiumship Belfast, Jean Bart, Ochikov could. So basically, all the overpowered ships, all the overpowered ships are in yours at an incredibly low drop rate. The Kirasami, that's new. Hopefully they'll type about that a bit further on. And there is an incredibly low chance of getting 100,000 doubloons. Then there's also the Mega Santa crates. Let's have a look at these, shall we? So I don't think the drop rates don't look so good. The Super Santa ones seem to be better. 3.167% for a premium tier 5, 4% for a premium tier 6. Oh no, they are better, like premium tier 7s are higher. I'm not going to name them all because they're literally all there. Again, super prize ships, basically Belfast, Jean-Bart, Ochikov, Knetisov, Ognavoy, Weinmar, Yukikazi, Stalingrad, Lion and Kirasami are in there as well. I don't know if anyone in chat is actually chatting. It seems odd that there's quite a few people watching and I haven't seen anything come up. So literally no, if you are chatting away, literally nothing's popping up. I'm not being ignorant. I'm genuinely looking at the screen. And there's nothing there. Someone could say hello just so I know that I'm not losing my mind. So yeah, double impact campaign. So within the standard 5-week 100 milestone framework that we're so used to, and also with a catch-up mechanic enabled alongside the heroic effort missions, the dynamic duo campaign rewards represented by 2. We're just watching. Not a problem. Thanks for that though, Bad. 2 tier 8 battleships. The Italian premium Marco Polo arrives with access to sap shells for her 16-inch main battery guns. Good agility, decent armor. Or British premium ship Marlborough. It has 16 14-inch guns. She's apparently quite fast with a high top speed. One ship of your choice will be available after completing the milestone, so you take the Admiralty back in, and you get to choose between either the Marco Polo or the Marlborough. The second ship will be available to purchase for 17,500 doubloons for the duration of the campaign after making the choice. So I think a tier 7 was like, what, 10,000 doubloons? Or 17,500 doubloons. So I guess we know how much a tier 7 premium is worth now, or at least in the ballpark. So yeah, so you've got, you know, I think the Marco Polo has 8 16-inch guns, and then the Marlborough's got 16 14-inch guns, which is absolutely ridiculous. Personally, I found this winter update to be okay, but it's got its downsides. What are its downsides, Regan? Let us know so we can talk about it. So obviously, as you usually get with the update with the mission, you get a bunch of common boosters. You get 15 promotion orders, 1 insignia, 7 days premium, 3 secret Santa crates, a British commander and Battalion Commander and the patch symbols for free. But if you take out the additional Admiralty back in, as always, you get more. You get 3 insignias, so 4 in total. Another 30 promotion orders, 45 promotion orders then. 32,500 global XP. So that'll take you up to 40,000. 4 personal accommodations, 750 doubloons back, a bunch of extra crates, and then that gives you the choice between the Marlborough or the Marco Polo. And Arena. Arena is returning. Arena will be back with the arms race mechanic. I know this was a bit of a contentious one, but like honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind having the arms race mechanic, as long as it's like not all the time. Like maybe each like different season of Arena that we do, we get an arms race or not. Oh, sorry. So yeah, so arms race come back. This time it's running from tier 7. So tier 7 is going to be the first season, then it's going to go tier 6, and then it's going to drop down to tier 5. And for mobile users, it's also going to be available on mobile for the first time. The first one starts on the 22nd of December, so stay tuned. New ships to the update. The premium tier 7 cruiser Mains is going to be making a return. This ship is similar to Wichita and Wichita CE. Will serve as a substitution for the original, which will get the CE Collector's Edition designation dropped on the update, and it's not going to be available going forward. So if you have the Mains now, yeah, that Mains and as it is will always be there. But you're not going to be able to get that at all. You won't be able to get that afterwards. In all fairness, it's only having quite a relatively minor nerf. It's having a buff to its hit points. It's having a buff to its speed. It's only losing 100 damage from its shells and 1% fire chance. So yeah, that's actually... I don't really think that's much of a nerf, in all fairness. But Morgan in their wisdom, this is what they've decided to do. So maybe that slight nerf to damage and fire chance will be enough to make it, you know, a little bit more balanced, shall we say. The premium tier 7 Japanese destroyer Kirasame is coming. An experimental Japanese destroyer with multiple hulls, available as the rarest drop from the Mega Santa Crates 2023. Was it the rarest? I thought the 100,000 doubloons, I suppose, is the rarest ship drop from the Mega Santa Crates. The premium tier 8 German destroyer Elbing is making a return. It's not a new ship, but it was available through the auction. This German destroyer comes with a ton of hit points, railgun-like 150mm guns, hard-hitting long-range torpedoes, and now available for 1.4 million global XP. So I have done a video on this, obviously. I don't know if anyone's seen it. We have played this ship. Basically, it's not a destroyer, it's a tiny cruiser with short range, but it has the most ridiculously accurate guns in the game. So yeah, that should be like, I still haven't got the Paolo Emilio. I think I'll pick the Elbing over that. But yeah, I've got a little bit of saving. Like I needed like another million global XP. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes me to get that one. The legendary Japanese cruiser Yoshino is coming. A powerful AP with powerful AP shells, solid fire starting capabilities, long range, hard hitting torps. This ship is ready to go out there and do significant damage. Please note, Yoshino can only be obtained through winter shards. So Yoshino, for those of you who may or may not be in the know, is an Azuma, but it's an Azuma with torps, and I'm assuming the guns are going to be the post-buff guns that we had on the Azuma, but we'll obviously be playing that when we get on loan for a couple of days. So hopefully we'll get to test it out and see if it's going to be worth all the trouble to get it unlocked. Balance changes. All secondaries anti-torpedo boat armament, as they're called now, with AP shells, will now switch to HE shells. So this change we'll see mostly as a buff. It affects secondary batteries that use AP with no changes. So if you've got SAP secondaries like the Italian cruisers, some of the Italian battleships, you will keep the SAP secondaries. So yeah, 27 ships will be affected. As you can see, the list here, I can't be bothered to go through them all. I'm not. Basically, all of the Japanese battleships, the Nelson for the UK, Bayern, Kaiser, Koenig, Albert, and Nassau, Julius Caesare and Roma, and the Ignis Progressio going to all be affected by this. So yeah, all their AP secondaries are going to become HE secondaries. This we'll go over in a second. It just says a bunch. I have the information. I have the Ministry of Balance sheet, which we'll run over real quickly. Bug fixes. I can't be bothered with bug fixes. New battle type cards, a slight redesign to the main interface, and the battle modes is a good starter dish for the holiday season. Everyone now gets the sonar and radar visual effects. Halloween how rewards are converted into credits. Black flags for Dante Alighieri B and Ibuki B owners. Bureau addition to the mobile update and UI update. And newbie hints for new commanders has further been improved and optimized in relation to the battle they are displayed in. So it's a great time to introduce some new friends. And for Xbox Series X players, you finally get 4K 60 frames per second coming to the Xbox Series X. So a solid visual update. Please note, if you have 30 FPS mode as your default setting, you will this will be changed automatically to 60. Also note that if you like playing with ray tracing, you'll need to switch to 30 frames per second. A similar graphic improvement is in the works for PlayStation, and you can expect it next year because, of course, we're always left behind. Right, okay, so time to take you to my super sneaky balance sheet. So yeah, this Ministry of Balance report carriers changes. So first of all, and okay, I think we all understand this terminology. I use battle influence or battle impact. But anyway, average damage. Everyone knows what average damage is. It's the average damage done over the course of battles and ship. Win rate, we know what win rate is. Battle impact is basically a measurement that represents the difference ships make to a player's win rate. So this I call battle influence, but basically, like if you're a middle of the pack player, you win 50% of the time. All of a sudden, you jump in a ship and you're getting 70% win ratios in the ship constantly. It's like, right, okay, well that's got a really high battle influence. Then that ship has more of an effect than you do as a player. But it's just what they use to look at these things and to balance them out. Right, okay, so Tier 3 Hermes, the British carrier, is basically getting a whole lot of buffs. HE buffs, torp speed buffs, torpedo range buffs, and torpedoes are more likely to disable modules, because basically she's a bit of a lemon at Tier 3. And I'd be inclined to agree. The Cosmolot, whatever the hell the Russian one is called, is also a bit lackluster and underwhelming at Tier 3. So the torpedo damage is getting a buff. torpedo arming time is getting a buff, so it's gone from 6 to 4.5 seconds, and the speed are also getting a buff, and they're also more likely to disable modules. Moving on swiftly to tier 5, the ban, the nerf hammer is coming down. WOWSL, which is, yeah, I'd agree, it's easily the best carrier tier. Well, okay, I wouldn't agree. Hermes doesn't get the most important one, being able to attack with 2 planes. Well, it's tier 3. It's meant to be crap. Let's be honest. So it says the WOWSL is one of the best. Yeah, it's definitely not the best. Arc Royal is the best carrier at tier 5. Let's be honest. So WOWSL's having a bit of a nerf to the damage from its AP bombs on the regular and upgraded versions. The Serov also getting some nerfs. The skip bombs fire chances being decreased, and the skip bombs HE penetration also getting a nerf from 32mm to 25mm. Furious is also getting a nerf. Stock HE bomb damage reduced from 5,000 to 4,750, and the upgraded ones from 5,250 down to 5,000. Zhao is getting a buff. Dive bombers are increased. Dive bomber hangar capacity increased from 10 to 12 planes, and HE bomb damage increased from 9,400 to 10,400. That's a hell of a buff. The Ranger's also getting a bunch of buffs. Stock torpedo damage is increasing by 303. That's a very oddly specific number there. Off the stock, the main torpedo's getting a 200 hit point damage buff. Upgraded torpedo arming time is decreased. It's getting a speed boost to the torpedoes as well, and they're more likely to damage modules. So yeah, Ranger's getting a massive buff. We plan to reduce the power of Arc Royal. Nothing will happen in December's update, but keep an eye out for changes to her in the future. So I'm going to enjoy Arc Royal for at least another 5 weeks before they bring in the nerf hammer. Arc Royal is so good. It's brilliant. Right, and on to the tier 7s. August von Parseval is getting some nerfs to just a nerf to the AP bomb damage. It's receiving a nerf of 200. Saipan is getting a HE bomb damage decrease, and increase the torpedo arming time by half a second, and torpedo speed reduced as well. Pobeta's getting a bit of both. It's getting some love and some not love. So stock skip bombs are having a damage buff from 6,800 to 7,500, but there's a reduction to the fire chance there. Skip bomb damage is increasing on the... Oh right, these are the upgraded ones. Very much the same thing going on here. And stock and upgraded skip bombs raw HE penetration. This seems to be a thing for all of the Russians. Have I noticed that all of the Russians are getting that decrease in HE penetration from... so the Pobeta is going from 43mm down to 33mm. Kaga's getting all-round buffs. Dive bomber HP, torpedo bomber hit points are going up. HE bomb damage, torpedo damage is being buffed. The torpedo arming time is being reduced by an entire second, and the torpedoes are more likely to damage modules as well. So yeah, that's a lot of changes to carriers, like a lot. Not overly fond of carriers myself, so probably not gonna affect me. Well, no, it is gonna affect me because every bloody game I get in today seems to have a carrier in there. Is that Savenya? I might be saying that wrong. Hello, welcome. How you doing? That's because Ranger is crapped compared to Ranger. How are things? I'm great, Kev. Thanks. Thank you for asking. Oh joy, not OP enough. What's not OP enough? In all fairness, a lot of them are having nerfs at the height here. Kaga is kind of crap. In all fairness, I think the only thing it's not going for is you can throw a lot of planes away. But yeah, most of the tier 7s are definitely having a bit of a nerf. Well, yeah, all of them apart from Kaga basically are being nerfed. Obviously Implacable. Implacable's been missed out on that list as well. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. That is the patch notes. Anyone got any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to ask me about the update? If you come in late, I'm not reading you the whole update again. I'll give you the TLDR, but that's your lot. I'm not repeating the last half an hour of me jammering on about the update. So the main things for people who have arrived a bit late is there was the TLDR section. I seem to have lost it now. Oh, here it is, but it doesn't really tell you anything. So the campaign's a double impact, Marlboro or Marco Polo to choose from. It'll cost you 17,500 doubloons to get the second one once it's done. Legendary tier Yoshino is coming. There will be a bunch of winter ships available, such as the Mass W. So for actual new ships, like genuine new ships, Marco Polo, Marlborough, they're the campaign ships. Mains is coming back. The mains, if you've already got it, will turn to the CE. The Kirasami, which will only be available from containers. Elbing's returning, and Yoshino is coming as a legendary ship. So this is like an event ship. The only way to obtain it is through winter shards. You can technically, if you've got all of the ships and all of the prerequisites, you can get it for free. But then you can also buy crates, and as you buy crates, the crates will give you shards as well. Arrive late. How dare you? Yes, how dare you arrive late? You should be here. You should know. As soon as patch notes are released, I'll go live. Some things are nice. How do you look at the carrier changes? You can't. The carrier changes have not been released. I believe they're being released tomorrow. So because I'm a CC, I kind of have exclusive access to them. So I'll tell you what I will do, to be kind. I will have them up here, and I will slowly scroll through them so you can watch the video back and read the carrier changes. I don't know if I can't just give it out. But yeah, if you want to go through all the little nitty-gritty details about the carrier changes, you can do so by I'll just scroll through them. I'll hold onto a page for a couple of seconds, and then you can sort of watch it back, pause it, and have a look. Some things are nice, some things are lackluster. Well, I know everyone. Like, we were hoping to have training rooms. Training rooms not come in kind of genuinely sucks. But you know, what can we do? Get mad about not having something that we didn't have. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I know, it's like every time you go for fast food, you sort of have this promise of this wonderful looking burger on the menu, and then you get that smashed up pile of mush that actually comes in your box. So yeah, that's my sort of thoughts on it. It's basically like a trip to McDonald's. Sort of getting used to the disappointment slowly. But yeah, that I believe is that's the last page. So yeah, so the questioner there. You should have had should have plenty of time, like I said, going back. You should have plenty of time on those pages to have a read of that, full details. And they should be, like I said, they should be released tomorrow as like a dev blog, I believe. The Russian carriers should just be nerfed. Well, hopefully the nerfs that they're giving them will be enough. Because, so for example, if we look at the Pro Beta here, yep, decreasing the pen from 43mm down to 33mm means that they're not just going to be able to bust through the side of battleships anymore. They should shatter on battleships now, pretty much everywhere apart from the superstructure. So that's actually a big nerf. The fire chance, a 15% decrease in fire chance. That's kind of big. So like, I can kind of understand them upping the damage if they do penetrate, but now they've got to penetrate. They're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle with penetrating. So the Russian carriers definitely having, like, they're definitely having quite a nasty nerf. That raw HE penetration value dropping that much makes a huge difference to what it can actually penetrate and what it can actually shatter against. So we can only wait and see, really. But hopefully that has enough of an impact that they're no longer stupidly overpowered. Lovely cup of tea. No, the details of the carrier nerfs and buffs are not on the World of Warships Legends website. They basically, the CCs have the exclusive details for the next, I believe it's 24 hours. I think it's only a day. Any thoughts on the new ships? Yeah, in all fairness, I'm quite looking forward to Yoshino. I hope it gets like a reload buff or something over the Azuma, because the Azuma is a very good ship at tier 7. But just giving it torps to make it legendary, I don't know if that's enough to actually make it a legendary ship. So unfortunately that one, I kind of got to wait till the stats come out. Kirasami, I don't even want to speculate about this. Multiple hulls, like, I don't know what those hulls do. Nothing. I know nothing. Like, is one hull going to be a gunboat? One hull going to be a torpedo boat? You know, are you going to see Kirasami and not know what the hell you're fighting against? Again, it's one of those things we're just going to have to wait. I think the mains, I don't really think they've nerfed it. In all fairness, like a 1% drop in fire chance and 100 damage per HE shell. I don't think that's going to have like a big impact on the game. And what are the other two? The Marlborough and the Marco Polo. I think the Marlborough is going to struggle at tier 8. Like, yeah, it does have 16 14-inch guns, but they're 14-inch guns. So, like, against battleships, you're not gonna, you know, you're gonna struggle against other battleships. You're gonna be amazingly effective against cruisers. Brilliant if a broadside sells, if a battleship sells broadside to you. But yeah, I'm kind of worried. I don't know why. But I think the Marlborough is going to be a bit of a lame duck. Unfortunately, I think the Marco Polo looks interesting. You know, tier 8, 16-inch guns, SAP, 16-inch guns at that as well. Like, I think Marco Polo is going to be good. Like, if I was making the choice, as much as I want to say I'd take the Marlboro, like nah, the Marco Polo I think is the smart choice. That's too. I wonder if the drop rate rule applies for the Japanese DD. I don't believe it does. Let's have a look. It is the Super Santa crates is the only one it's going to be available in. So it's down here in the Super Prize premium ships, along with Belfast, Lion, Stalingrad, Yukazi, Weimar, Ognavoy, Kuznetsov, Okhchov, and Jean Bart. So wait, let's have a look. Why did it throw me all the way down there then? Right, okay. Oh, hang on. Wait. Right, okay. So if you already own a ship or a commander, the drops will be removed. These containers do use the guaranteed reward system. You're guaranteed to receive a premium ship from the tier 5, 6 and 7 categories on your 40th container if you were unlucky. This does not include the 8 or super price ships. Each time you receive a ship from these containers, you guaranteed the guarantee counter resets, and the guaranteed drop can occur as long as there are still ships that you don't have. So basically, if you have everything else apart from these super price ships, there's no guarantee counter. Guarantee counter completely goes out the window. The Mega Santa crate have these as well, don't they? Yeah, and it's the same for the Mega Santa crate. So although the Kurosami is available in the Mega Santa crate, it is not covered by the guaranteed the 40th container, or actually 30th with the Super Santa ones. But that means Alpha. That means Jean Bart, Ochikov, like Weimar. Like those aren't in the guaranteed price systems. So it's only these. So Georgia Winter, which I forgot. Georgia Winter. They didn't mention that Georgia Winter being in there. Hang on. To flip that over there because you're not allowed to see the stuff that's on my Discord. What are the winter ships that are coming? The Algeria is coming as a winter ship. The Georgia is coming as a winter ship. Hyuga is coming as a winter ship. And the Mass is coming as a winter ship as well. Yeah, so basically it's only these you guaranteed a crate for. You know, only the premiums. These premiums haven't. These 6s, these 5s. So you know what's going to happen, do you? Like if you haven't got the Molotov, right, you can have 2 ships missing. You haven't got the Molotov, and you haven't got the key. Right, so you're going to get 40 containers, and you're going to get a Molotov. But at least they're there. At least we know what the drop rates are. The big winter one. Big winter don't have guaranteed rewards either. I was looking at this and that's confusing. It's like, oh yeah. You get 3 rewards and the chances of those being the rewards are each there. So yeah, the 40 drop rule does apply to the containers, but not the super prices. So if it does it apply to the Japanese DD, that answer is no. It does not, fortunately. Right, okay, so I think I've banged on quite long enough, and I do have some stuff and things to get on with today. So, thank you very much to everyone who stopped by. Any questions, chuck them in the comments down below. I will be around throughout the day, and I will drop into the comments and reply to as many questions as I can. And, well, until next time, take care.